Good morning and welcome back to Create, Share, Inspire podcast. This is episode 503 and we're live in Southwest Florida in my backyard. I got distracted. There's two kitties swarming me. Hi, baby. You want to come say hi? If you're joining me live, please say hello. Bjorn's here. Baby Bjorn, do you want to say hi? No? Guess he didn't want to get picked up. Becker went in the house when I said hello to him. If you're joining me live, please say hello. Hi, Lisa and Judy, Christine, Joe. Thanks for joining live. If you watch the recorded version, please also feel welcome to say hello. Hi, Cherie, Naomi, Pamela, Barbara, Terry, Grace, Lisa, Chantel, Judy, Becky. Thanks for joining live, everybody. Hi, baby Bjorn. You changed your mind? Huh? Now you want to come back up? Okay. Hi, Thea and Judy. Thanks for joining live, everybody. If you watch the recorded version, please also feel welcome to say hello. I get notifications from all of those comments throughout the day as well. Hi, Enid. Before we even begin, I thought I would ask if everybody was able to download their free patterns last night. I know that, and if anybody who received the comment that they were one of the physical prize winners. Hi, Vera. Hi, Olivia. Hi, Enid. Hi, Judy. Just wanted to see if anybody had any questions about any of that, if anyone wasn't sure who the winners were or if they were winners. So what happens is when you leave a comment on a video and someone replies to you, you get a notification that someone replied to you. If you have notifications set up, it'll come as a pop-up. But if you don't, it'll at least come as an email from YouTube saying that somebody replied to your comment. So that's how you would probably find out if you were one of the winners. Or you could scroll through all the comments. You could scroll through all the comments and see if your comment has a reply to it and see who else a comment has replies to it. In the meantime, if, like I promised, everybody is a winner anyway. There were 20 people picked for physical prizes, but there were well over 200 comments, and so everybody received free patterns. So I took two patterns from my pattern shop that are normally $3.99 each, and I converted them both to free and shared those links with everybody in the podcast last night, so you could go over to my website and download them for free. And if you weren't at the podcast last night, fine. Real easy. If you just go to my website and go to my blog, I made it the most recent blog post to explain where to find the patterns. But if that still is giving you trouble, let me know. Yep, the patterns are on my website. And the explanation for how to do it is on my blog. And the link to that was provided in the video description and in a comment on the 500th episode. And you can just go straight to my blog. So should be lots of ways to get there. But if you still have, anyone still has questions, let me know. Looks like everybody seems pretty content at the moment. I don't see any questions about it, so that's good. But I'll wait. I know there's always a delay between asking and receiving. Yes, congratulations to all the winners. Everybody's a winner. Thanks, Faye. All right, and I have a product to share with you guys this morning. Some of you have probably already used this before, and some of you might just be super duper excited to see that this product exists. I know I remember the first time I saw purse handles that were specifically treated so that you could use yarn and a yarn needle to secure them to a knit or crocheted bag. And I think it was, wow, it was many years ago at a trade show, so it wasn't something that you would see openly in the public very often back then, but now I see them pretty commonly in most places. So these are rolled leather purse handles. See how it's rolled around itself and then seamed? And they're leather. These are in my Amazon shop right now. They come in a bunch of colors and they come in a couple of different sizes. This is the 23-inch size, which I think is great for putting something over your shoulder. I think if you're going to add handles, you really want them to go over your shoulder. So, but the beauty of these is this little extra piece down here. So it's the rolled leather handle, which is a nice quality and a nice style, I think. Then there's this little hinge, not even a hinge, what would you call it? Just, I don't know, square ring. And then there's this piece down here that already has the holes punched into it, so you can use yarn and yarn needle to match the project you're making, so that you can simply add this to the bag with the yarn and the needle. Otherwise, it would be almost amazing to pierce through leather to do that yourself. So then you'd be stuck thinking, oh, do I use glue? Do I use whatever? So this makes it so easy and so professional looking. And like I said, that's already set up. They're evenly placed. You don't have to figure out where to put them. I figured as much, Cherie. I figured a lot of people hadn't seen these before. They are unbelievably awesome. And I'm going to show you another little sneak peek. This is one of the bags that's going to be in the 52 Handmade Gifts. It's made out of Be So Serene yarn, and I added Be So Dazzling to the flower bands in the middle of the bag. And I'm going to add these handles to the top. I just haven't added them yet because I'm still on the fence about lining the bag first. Because if I'm going to add handles, I really have to do it after I decide if it's going to be lined or not. Because if I added them now and then lined it, it would be silly, because I'd actually get more support if I secured these on after the lining was in place. So I have to decide today because it has to be finished. But isn't that cute? I think it's so cute. So there's a 1-inch gusset on the bottom so that it will lay flat if you want, or stand flat if you want it to. And it's going to be absolutely adorable with the handles, and the flower bands are adorable. And the flower bands are the reason why I think it could possibly need lining. Although I kind of want to skip the lining. I kind of like it, the fact that it's open. But it'll be more practical if it's lined. So we're going to probably line it, which is why I haven't put this on yet. But so there's a sneak peek of one of the projects coming in 52 Handmade Gifts. And if you wanted to find purse handles like this where you can sew them right onto your project, which I gotta say, if you've ever tried to put on professional looking handles before, it can be a nightmare trying to figure out how to attach them to a bag. So if you can see this, if you can find these, they are way, way better than other alternatives for adding leather handles to knit and crochet bags. And if you want help finding them, these particular ones are in my Amazon shop. So that's amazon.com/shop/Kristin Omdahl. And there's a link to it in the video description below. Someone asked if I have videos on lining things. I do, not for this bag yet. Obviously this bag, I'm showing you a brand new sneak peek that's never been seen before, so no, there's no videos for this yet. But I do have some videos on lining and sewing. I've done that several times in the past, and I will be doing more videos again for this book. So all of the things that you'll see, we'll have little tutorial videos for all of the projects as they come out as well. Does anybody have any questions about that or any of that? Good morning, Antoinette. And good day. Thanks, Cherie. Hi, Melissa. Yeah, with any luck, I do believe that the first round of the pre-order of 52 handmade gifts will come out next week. So excited about that. Yeah, if you were going to use this as a project bag, I mean, whatever you're going to put in the bag, it will be safer if we line it first. So I will probably line it, and I got to tell you, you know how when I talk about putting projects on the back burner, I've been sewing these handles on the back burner for quite a while now, and you know why. Because in the back of my head, I knew the bag needed to be lined first. And I was like, oh, I don't know, I don't want to line it. And, well, you know, what color do you go with, blah, blah, blah. I'd really like to find a fabric like a, a neutral linen or a neutral cotton that has a thread of metallic gold running through it. I think that would be really cool, or something with just a slight shimmer to it. But I think just going with something neutral would be totally fine. So we'll see what I can come up with. All right, question for you. When I choose fabrics for the projects for 52 Crochet Gifts book, when I choose the fabrics for things that need to be lined or the accessories for things that need to go on the bags, do you want me to shop exclusively at Amazon so that I can provide you the links for where to find everything? Or do you feel comfortable with me saying, half a yard of lining fabric and 23-inch purse handles, and letting you just go shopping and find them yourself? Which would you prefer? Because that's kind of where I'm at on it too. I've been debating whether or not I go to the store and buy fabric for it, or if you all would rather see me order on Amazon so you have a direct resource. Oh, okay, wow, I see quite a few people saying Amazon, that it's easier for you that way. Well, Christine, I'm not going to make anybody shop, so you can definitely still shop on your own. That's totally fine, but I know some people are uncomfortable about how to find things in stores, and those of you that are would probably prefer the Amazon links. And then if you're comfortable with everything else, just go find them anywhere else. That's totally fine. I would never ever tell somebody that you can only buy mine. Okay, but I do see a lot of people saying, okay, that's fine, then that's what I'll do. I'll do that even for the fabrics then. Amazon is a great resource and it's available in so many places. Okay. Oh yeah, I'll always give dimensions, just like with the yarns. I've always done that in all of my books. Like, do you remember in 80 Handmade Gifts? In that book, I gave all of the generic sizes and measurements so that you could go and buy or use whatever you had already in hand. But then I gave all of my Amazon resources as well. Yes, eventually I'll do tutorials on lining. There's going to be several different types of lining in the book, so I'll go over several different ways of lining things as well. For example, one of the bags is lined flat, and then the bag is seamed together. And this one, the bag is made first, and then the lining's made, and then the lining will be tucked inside and sewn together. So there will be different techniques, which is good too. It's fun to learn a variety of techniques as well. Good morning, Lily. Good morning, Edna. Hi, Catherine. Thanks for joining live. Okay, isn't this fun that we get to collaborate together? I love this. It's so awesome. Like I said before, Yeah, Rebecca has a suggestion too. I know lots of people that have done that as well, is when you're looking for purse handles, going to thrift stores and thrifting and buying old purses and then just recycling the handles. That is great, but one thing that you will have to keep in mind is they are all manufactured and machine produced. So one of the things that I love about these handles is they're specifically made for people who are going to be putting them on yarn projects with those beautiful perforated holes for attaching this to a yarn bag, to a hand stitched yarn bag. But if you can find purse handles, that make sense or work in a thrift store, then by all means go for it. That's quite an adventure. Christine asked about where to find fabrics and notions from 80 Handmade Gifts. I have full pages written on my website. So there should be a link in the video description here for how to get to an information page on 80 Handmade Gifts. It should be kristinomdahl.com/80 handmade gifts. And when you get to the top of that page, it'll give you the 4 chapters. There was a chapter on cooking, sewing, or 5 chapters, excuse me, I think. Cooking, sewing, knitting, crochet, and miscellaneous. And then when you click on each of those 5 chapters, it shows you each and every one of the 80 projects along with the resources of what you need. So it's a gigantic resource section for the book. Don't even want to think about how long it took to make it, but it was so worth it because it is so incredibly helpful to anyone looking to find the materials and ingredients or everything that's used in all of the projects in 80 Handmade Gifts. So definitely check that out. I know many of you have used it in the past. Some of the fabrics that in fact, maybe all the fabrics I used in 80 Handmade Gifts were my own fabrics made with my own handmade artwork, and those are found in my Spoonflower shop, which you can find directly in a link below going to my Spoonflower shop, or like Christine asked about, the resources for 80 Handmade Gifts are all written out in long detail form with links on the pages that I mentioned. If anybody has trouble finding those, let me know, but it is listed here. Can't find how to read your blog. I don't know what to tell you, Christine. It depends on what kind of device you're on. If you're on a computer, blog is the word in the very middle of the top header of my website. And if you're on a device, there are 3 bars on the left-hand side of the page, and you click that and it gives you a drop-down menu. And of the 3 main categories, before they drift off into other subcategories, the middle one is called blog there as well. And if you just want a direct link, in every video description on YouTube, there is a link to my blog there as well. It's there. Hopefully you can find it in one of those variety of ways. If not, let me know and I'll send you the direct link. Any other questions? Cherie couldn't find my blog either. Okay, so Christine's on an iPad. So on the iPad, I'm assuming the 3 words aren't across the top. So go to, if I know on my phone, it shows up as 3 bars on the side because on mobile devices, the website is made into a condensed form so you can get it all on the screen at once. So there's 3 bars at the top left, and when you click on those 3 bars, it'll start giving you navigation for the website. So the first 3 main navigations are shop, blog, and info, and when you click on shop, it'll then give you another subgrouping of yarn, books, single patterns, and accessories. Then blog will just take you to blog, and then so it was shop, which then drops down into 4 different types of shopping, blog, and then the third drop down is accessories, and then info, and then it'll show you info to lots of different pages. And then if you scroll to the very bottom of my website in the footer, I have links to all sorts of different types of pages on my site as well. Did that help, Christine? Did you find it? Does anybody else have any other website questions? Cherie sees the footer part. Well, Cherie, you need to try to go up to the top and look for those 3 bars on the left-hand side of the page. Unless you're on a laptop where it says the 3 along the top. To find the blog, I'd start at the top. There's 3 bars. If you click on that, it'll start giving you some options. Yep, Cherie, on a phone, that's what I would do. That's what I do on my phone. When you're on the front page of my website, at the very top left-hand corner, there'll be 3 bars. You click on that, and then it'll give you some options. The first option will be shop, blog, and info. So I would click the blog one. See if that works for you. Yep, that's how it should work on all phones, Pamela. You're welcome, Cherie. Okay, here's a thought. Would anybody like to see a video showing you how to navigate my website? And if we were going to do that, we'd probably need to do it on a computer and on a device like a phone. Would anybody like that? Joe says yes immediately. Okay. I know every website's different, right? Cherie says yes. Lisa, absolutely. That's 2 absolutelys. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, I'll work on that. I probably need to know what you let's see. Actually, no, I don't need to know what you specifically want to see. I need to show you what's there, and then you can decide. And then you can decide what you want and don't want. But there's probably way more to my website than you realize if you're having trouble navigating it. So I can at least show you the mechanics of where to find things, and you can go from there. Yeah, if you don't know how to get to my blog, that's no fun. I write lots of blog posts. And have been for many years, probably 15 years. So there's a lot of stuff there. And I have lots of great information pages. All right, I will put that on the list then. They can't be live. I don't know how in the world I would do that live, but I could definitely do it as a standalone video. So if you guys would enjoy that, I will make it. Any other questions? So many good questions today. Okay, well, Cherie, you can always ask me too. But sometimes if you don't know what you don't know, right? I think Sandshell says she's going on vacation. That's wonderful. Thanks, Judy. I'd like to think there's a wealth of information on my website. I know I work really hard on it, have been for years. All right. Thanks, Judy. Thanks, Lisa. For anybody that doesn't see, they're saying that there's a wealth of information on my website and they like it. So I appreciate that. I work really hard on my website, so I appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, so let's pull out a quote and see where we're at. On your summer vest you wore last night. No, that was done in #1 fingering weight. That was done in Be So Fine yarn. The pattern's called Summer Love, and you can find it in a recent blog post on my blog. You can also search my website for Summer Love Vest. You can find it that way too. Let me find the next quote. Oh yeah, we did Aristotle last night, I think. Oh man, this one I love. You know how when I always give a disclaimer when we're talking about a quote that talks about being open and stuff, that I always give a disclaimer to make sure you keep your boundaries, healthy boundaries as well. I know that that's one of the things that was missing from my life education or my school of hard knocks for many, many years, decades really. And it wasn't until I was somewhere in my 40s that I started understanding healthy boundaries. And so I always like to give that disclaimer when we talk about a super open kind of a quote. And I don't know if that's being negative or not, but I do like to give the disclaimer because I worry that not everybody is at the same place I am regarding boundaries. So, having said that, this quote is from Balthazar Gracian, and I love this metaphor. It's just great. So I'll just start. To play with cards exposed is neither useful nor in good taste. Do not disclose your inner self to everyone. Isn't that great? I love the comparison of something so commonplace that we know. Everybody knows rules of cards, right? And to use that very simple and general example of, or analogy, that's the word I was trying to think of, to use that really simple comparison as, I'm getting my words mixed up here. I love using something so commonplace to describe something that's so complex that we often don't really get. And so this, I really think, compares it so beautifully, because there is absolutely nothing wrong with exposing your inner self to the right people when they've earned it. But in the meantime, better to keep your cards up close to yourself. I love it. So thank you, Balthazar Gracian. To play with cards exposed is neither useful nor in good taste. Do not disclose your inner self to everyone. At least not until the right time. I love it. I think it's so great and so clever, and just such a clever use of words. That's great. So thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. Can you see the colors are coming back behind me? We're starting to get more of the, what do you call it, bougainvillea back. I have all three colors are coming back. All three of my bushes are starting to get their flowers back on. Super excited about that. Got a real good blossoming of the plumeria right now, but unfortunately this might be the last one. So really do need to go enjoy the heck out of it while I have it. But thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the birds, the scenery, chatting with me and everyone else here. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. The birds have a lot to say all of a sudden. Have a great weekend, everybody, and I'll see you Monday. Bye.